Islamophobia is rooted in racism and is a type of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness. This is the closest thing to a definition of Islamophobia that we have that is standardized, that is academic, that encompasses what many scholars would say the racialization of the Muslim community. Of course, Islam is a religion. Why not just call it anti Muslim bigotry? Because the hatred of Islam is more complex than simply hating a minority group. The hatred of Islam can come in various ways and it has various outcomes in society. There are those that simply hate the Muslim community because the Muslim community embodies more culture, more minorities that seem to allow it to be an easy target for those that see any type of infringement on majority culture as a threat to society. And so you have those that hate Muslims because they seem to be of many races, many backgrounds, many cultures. And what's actually happened in our societies today, especially in the West, is that this Hollywood portrayal of the Arabs, of Muslims, as a violent, regressive group of people hit people's screens as September 11th, 2001, here in the United States. And so that media portrayal, which is false, seemed to come into reality and allow for a lazy generalization of all Muslims. And you had all sorts of think tanks and groups that rose that took advantage of the sudden curiosity that many people had about Islam and Muslims. Are they who we thought they were? And the reality is that Islam is a religion of almost 2 billion people in the world, and Muslims are the most diverse faith community in the world. That means that we're not just diverse in regards to our skin color, we're diverse in regards to our cultures. The beauty of Islam is that it unites in creed, and it also allows for cultures to come through. The beauty of Islam also is that it is far away from the ugly portrayals of it and the ugly expression of violence that has been attributed to it. So that's one form of bigotry and one form of Islamophobia. But there are also those that actually hate the Islam part, but they don't hate the Muslim part. They disagree with everything that the religion puts forward. They find all the values of Muslims and of Islamic civilization to be objectionable. But at the same time, they're accepting of the idea of a minority group that doesn't actually have a full voice, that doesn't actually operate out of its own unique set of values. And so you have those that hate the Islam part, those that hate the Muslim part, and Islamophobia encompasses all of those things. Now, what's also important to put forward here is the idea that the greatest casualty of bigotry is that the group that is discriminated against starts to ingest and internalize some of those awful notions about it. This has been done to many minority communities in the West. And with Muslims, you often find that young Muslims start to internalize some of the things that have been said about Islam and said about Muslims in the media. So the greatest way that you fight back against Islamophobia is that you give the microphone back to confident Muslims that fully believe in their Islam and that are giving back to the world and contributing to the world on the basis of their Islam. That way, other people can see what it looks like to be confident with their faith and can live that faith in its same beautiful expression and hopefully overcome all of the ugly notions that have been assigned to Islam from all sides of the aisle.